Hello, my name is SGTONGOL, a student of BSBA, major in Human Resource Management, and currently enrolled in BA HRM 6250. This video is about the case with GR number L-25032 and L-25037-38 dated October 24, 1968. It is about the petitioner, Cebu Portland Cement Company, and respondent, Cement Workers Union, Local 7-ALU. This video is presented as a simple explanation about the cause of lawsuit of both Cement Workers Union and Cebu Portland Cement Company or CEPOC against each other in ways meant for ordinary viewers to appreciate the ruling and decision without experiencing much trouble analyzing court order legal notes. So what really happened between the two bodies? Scenario number 1. On March 24, 1961, around 300 employees of COPOC in Tinaan, Naga, Cebu City, who were also affiliated with the Cement Workers Union Local 7-ALU, which we will call them the Union, conducted a strike against CEPOC and filed lawsuits for the following issues. Issue number 1. First, CEPOC refused to grant its oral agreement with the union that the former would include a monthly agency fee of 1 peso a month to non-union members in their on-process renewal of collective bargaining agreement. Hence, the staged protest and a lawsuit against the company happened. On the other hand, CEPOC filed a counter-labor charge against the union for conducting an illegal strike that posted threats, intimidation, and violence in the process that resulted injuries among the strikers and death of one employee. The ruling of the court? The Supreme Court declared that the strike was illegal because the cause was unjust, trivial, and unreasonable. It was also noted that collecting service charged to non-union members is an unfair labor practice. Thus, the legal charges of the two parties are both dismissed. Let's now move on to the issue number 2. Scenario. The union filed another legal charge stating the discrimination of COPOC against certain employees named Janicio Lapitan, Ponciano Mabatid, Vicente Ciarza, Sabino Canilio, Fructoso Hill, and Pedro Sanchez. When they were hired, they started as mixed control chemists with a salary of 195 pesos a month in 1951. After 6 years, they received a salary upgrade to 215 pesos a month. However, because of their lack of civil service credentials, the Civil Service Commission informed them to be on a temporary position. When the WAPCO law was executed on July 1, 1957, it was found out that their job positions must be construction material chemists with a salary grade of range 34, equivalent to 259 pesos per month salary. When the employees knew about this, they protested against this classification. Nevertheless, they were asked to submit further duties and responsibilities descriptions to have their positions reviewed and reclassified. Due to WAPCO law, they were reclassified as Senior Chemical Laboratory Technicians with the salary grade of 27 at 183 pesos a month. Now, that is 7 grade lower than what they have wished to achieve. To add to the disappointment of the employees, non-union employees Celso Perez, and Jaime Medicelio, who had the least senior in point of service compared to the other 6 mentioned members, were reclassified to range 33. So what repercussion did this scenario implicate? Issue number 2. While it cannot be denied that the classification of positions came from WAPCO law and that COPOC must adhere to this law, it was later found out that the higher-ups of the said company failed to inform all the concerned employees with regard to the preparations as to what to state in the job description that would be reviewed by WAPCO. Instead, it was learned that the superiors of the plant must have informed the mentioned 2 non-union members to prepare them for the reclassification, but not all the concerned workers. And so, this sparked another lawsuit charge against CEPOC for discriminating the union members. The ruling of the court: CEPOC was found guilty of discrimination in making these appointments because, according to the lower court, the superior of the company failed to give the same advice to all the mixed control chemists who were vying for promotion to rank 34 with higher salary grade. Otherwise, there would be no protest of unfair treatment among employees should the higher-ups of the said organization properly disseminated the required information for them to meet the requirements equally. Issue number 3. Scenario: the union members also felt discriminated to the company's decision about the unfair rotation of overtime work/assignment during Saturdays, Sundays, and legal holidays, as well as in the night shift. They have learned that most of non-strikers were given the opportunity to work at night with differential pay equivalent of 25%, while the strikers stayed on day shifts. Further, CEPOC also implemented a forced usage of 3 days sick and vacation leaves of absence every month to avoid paying the accumulated privileges of the employees. On CEPOC's defense, the company stated that this decision was called as a resolution to its economic instability. They further claimed that it would highly affect the business should the management allow everyone to render night services and to pay the corresponding extra wages. It was also a prerogative of the company to implement such policies like the forced leaves to reciprocate the losses of the organization. The ruling of the court: the court agreed that the union members were discriminated when it comes to the assessment of who to rotate shifts during Saturdays, Sundays, legal holidays, and night shifts. Thus, the court declared to CEPOC to pay them the salaries unearned for the days unoffered, night premium, and/or salary differential to the strikers. It also further ordered the company to surrender the amount of the accumulated leaves of the employees who have been compelled to exhaust their leaves to pay their salaries they failed to receive. These are my insight as a modern employee. Number 1. In case of the failed oral agreement, I am certain that for an agreement to be binding and legally acknowledged, it must not be only presented and agreed orally. Instead, it must be in the form of a written contract with complete data and signature of the signatories, subscribed to a notary public to make it a legal contract to have a power to be implemented. Number 2. For the concern about the discrimination against the ranks of employees and their right to enjoy their benefits, such as leaves of absences and unfair treatment in the workplace, it is always essential for an employee to read the employee manual to know the rights and privileges, duties and responsibilities, as well as salary grades of the employees. It is also good to attend general meetings of our union to know about the current issues and projects of our group. We, as modern employees, should not just settle on waiting for the benefits that we receive from our company, or through the power of our union's collective bargaining agreement. It is our duty to understand why there are such and how they were implemented, to avoid misunderstandings and impending problems between our company and us employees.